they're not playing with this one. You ain't gonna be getting a whole bunch of wisecracking jokes. I can tell you that much. Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Will, and we are back for another spoiler review. That's right, I am taking a look at Secret Invasion, Episode 1. This will be a spoiler review for Episode 1 of Secret Invasion, the newest 6-part mini-series/series/season of Marvel Television on Disney+. Sees the return of Nick Fury as he makes his way back to Earth to deal with the uprising of the Skrull invasion of Earth that he is partially responsible for. This is a series that is kind of returning to the espionage ground level storytelling that we have seen in the MCU. Not on this level since, to a certain extent, like a Falcon and Winter Soldier, or of course, Captain America the Winter Soldier. I'm talking about the movie and the series as well. So this is about regular people trying to deal with an uprising of Skrulls who have made a home on Earth, but there are a certain group of Skrulls who want the entire planet, not just a little piece of it, like that we see throughout this first episode. So if you have not watched the episode yet, please make sure that you go check out the first episode. I'm a few days late in watching the episode, and once you watch it, come back here and my thoughts on it. If this happens to be your first time checking out one of my reviews, hi, my name is Will, and I do geeky stuff on the internet. I do reviews and reactions, discussions, some gaming, some drinking, just a whole bunch of different stuff on this lovely channel that you see before you, and I just like to have fun, and occasionally throw in a clip from some anime or series or something that's completely out of context, but just because someone says one word and kind of matches up.
Say whip. Whip. Now say cool whip. Cool whip. Cool whip. Cool whip. Cool whip. Cool whip. You're eating hair!
There you go. But if you're into that sort of thing, and you'd like to hear my opinion as a geeky bear on this fast internet, please subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out. I would greatly appreciate it. So let's just talk about this first episode. Again, spoilers incoming. I won't talk about every tidbit of the episode, but I will talk about some of the major stuff that happens. So with the first episode of Secret Invasion, it's kind of like a recap, so to speak, but also serves as to quickly get us on board with whatever the plot of this 6-episode run is going to be. This is only 6 episodes, so this episode kind of moves at a breakneck pace. Doesn't really give you a lot of chance to sort of breathe, kind of understand what's going on. And that's okay. I mean, at this point, they've done like 6 or 8 episodes, and that's all that we've really gotten with most of the Marvel series. And if they can kind of keep the pace, but still make sure that you don't feel like you're getting whiplash from watching the episodes, then it should be fine. But this does see the return of Nick Fury, who is a lot more older, a lot more worn down and beat up. He has been in space for the last few years, since the blip and his return to the land of the living, primarily working with the formation of Saber on the Saber space station. We saw a brief tease of it and the first official trailer for the Marvels, so we will be seeing more of that once that movie drops later this year. But he's back on Earth at the behest of Talos, who's played by Ben Mendelsohn, who has been on Earth along with his wife Soren, who unfortunately at this point in our story has passed away, kind of serving as a proxy along with Maria Hill with the return of Colby Smulders for this episode. Fury is not in a good spot. That's one interesting thing I wasn't expecting about the series. I thought it was really kind of focused on these whole who can you trust thing, and how are they going to do an entire Secret Invasion, like how in depth are they going to get in only 6 episodes? But it's really also very interesting sort of psychological view of Nick Fury in this current state that he's in. He has been shaken to his core. The attack from Thanos and his subsequent erasure from the universe for 5 years definitely caused a crisis of faith for him. We see that, how he's a lot slower. He's not 3 steps ahead of people. He's not the same Nick Fury that people feared. And we see that with his interactions with Maria Hill, with Talos, also with Sonya Falsworth, played by Olivia Colman, who is a MI6 sort of like a leader. Like she leads like a secret faction of like MI6 agents who are trying to take the fight to the Skrulls, that are being led by Gravik, who is a Skrull who's taken like the anger and the frustrations of younger Skrulls who, just like young people who want to join a cause and basically, enact change and try to better their lives and the lives of the people that they care about. So him using that is causing these different sort of terrorist attacks all around the world that are connected because they're being caused by Gravik and his group. And his group also includes Gaia, who is Talos' daughter, who we did see in the first Captain Marvel movie. Of course, she was a lot younger at the time. She is being played by Emilia Clarke in this series as well. All of these people get to see Fury at his lowest, and Fury has to kind of get back into action in terms of trying to quell the invasion. It's kind of hard to call it an invasion. It is more of like, yeah, it is an invasion. I don't even know why I even said that. Anyway,
I can see the future!
But to try to stop the invasion at this point where we are in our story. I mean, this has been going on for the last few years, and it's just gotten worse and worse. This all takes place in Russia, and there's a lot of different whistleblowers, and we see at the beginning of the episode that Martin Freeman, who portrays Everett Ross in the MCU, he meets up with an operative, but turns out that that's not him, and basically kills the operative. But then Talos and Maria Hill track him down. This is before Fury arrives. So who knows what happened to Everett Ross? I'm sure he's fine. Maybe, because what happens to Maria Hill at the end of the episode, who knows? That kind of sets up the stage for this first episode, where you can really start getting the whole who can you trust vibe while watching, because it's like the whole time I'm watching it, and I guess it's just a credit to the episode itself, it really does put in your head, I'm like, is this who we think it is? Because Skrulls can turn into whoever that they want. And we see that with how they have taken certain people hostage at this compound where Gravik and Guy are working out of, and they're using these people as proxies while members of their team impersonate them in order to enact whatever they're trying to do. It seems like they're taking people who are in relation to the organizations that they're using to blame for the terrorist attacks, because they're trying to spark a war, pretty much, that could potentially cause nuclear fallout. It definitely heightens the fear, especially since Skrulls are not affected by radiation like humans are, hence why they're all hiding out in Russia and like the ruins of Chernobyl and stuff like that, where they know no one's going to actually go looking for them. The first episode really takes the point to introduce us to what's going on, introduce us to how dangerous of a threat this group of Skrulls are, and it's also making it a point to say that it's not all Skrulls are doing this. It's very similar to what we got in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, not the movie, I'm talking about the series, where you had the Flag Smashers and they were trying to reappropriate people after the blip. It's very similar to that, what is kind of the cause on the surface of what these Skrulls are trying to do in terms of wanting a home for themselves. But to get that home, they are willing to wipe us off the planet, basically. I do like Sam Jackson's performance as Nick Fury. It is a different side of Fury that we haven't seen, and I think that's really going to provide the series with a more emotional through line than just, oh, Fury's back doing Fury things. It's like, no, Fury's been beat up, and this is kind of continuing the trend of what Phase 4 and Phase 5 really did, was where we did see not only the arrival and rising up of new characters and new people who are going to take the MCU even further into the future, but also the swan songs of some of our legacy characters, most notably in this episode, the death of Maria Hill. So by the end of the episode, Maria Hill is with Talos and Fury as they are trying to track down the bombs that Gravik has put into this unity celebration that's happening in downtown Moscow. This was tipped off by Gaia once Gaia finds out that her mother, Soren, has died, and it is because of Gravik and his organization. That's why she is dead. The first initial steps of Talos and Gaia reuniting and trying to work together for the common good at this point. Still left to be seen what specifically happened, because they are clearly tipped off. Gaia planting trackers on the bags. They are unable to stop the bombs from going off by Gravik, who basically lures Fury out from the rest of the group, playing on his emotion, playing on his clear PTSD that he's having, and actually is the one who kills Maria Hill, shapeshifted as Fury. So the last thing Maria says is like, it was you, and that's right before she dies. It's kind of sad. I'm actually very surprised. They caught me off guard by how they decided to kill off Maria Hill. And if any one moment is going to galvanize Fury like the death of Coulson way back in the Avengers, it will obviously be the death of Maria Hill in this first episode. You probably see Fury get his mojo back, so to speak, in order to get revenge on Gravik and to stop the Skrull invasion before it actually reaches a breaking point, which it seems like, based off how this episode goes, is almost there. I'm interested to see how the familial relationship between Talos and oh god, these names are gonna kill me. I'm very interested in seeing where they're going to go with the familial relationship between Talos and Gaia, especially with Gaia's resentment to her dad initially as to, I guess, turning his back on his people, but also the revelation of how her mother died. It'll be interesting to see how long she will try to stay undercover with the rest of the invasion team before being discovered or trying to take them down from the inside. It's a really good first episode. It's definitely a good first episode. Like I said, I was late checking out the series. I've just been very tired this week. I've got vacation coming up, which I'm very excited for. But you don't want to hear about my damn problems. But I was glad I actually finally got to watch it. It is a 6-episode run, so it's going to move very quickly. Also, Don Cheadle is in it as well. We've seen it in promos. He had a brief cameo in this first episode, so he will be playing a much more major role toward the end of the series. I don't think he's going to bite the dust or anything like that, considering the fact that he still supposedly has a movie coming out. I don't know anymore. So many things have been sidelined and shelved. A good way to introduce or reintroduce people to Nick Fury and, a different version of Fury, and also kind of get us reacquainted with these characters at this point in time, because this does take place after the events of She-Hulk, which, by the way, She-Hulk was good. Just calm down. She-Hulk was a good series. I don't know. Maybe I'll lose a subscriber or two for saying that. But anyway. It's just a testament to how well they're able to play in different sandboxes throughout the MCU. I mean, the whole spy thriller, espionage, like who can you trust type of storytelling has always been super popular when it comes to MCU fans. I mean, just look at The Winter Soldier being the first one to really kind of knock it out of the park. And all the subsequent series and movies that have really played in that sandbox, I think they've done very well. And this just seems like it continues that trend without necessarily feeling too off the mark for the MCU. Yes, I'm not expecting a bunch of yucks in the series because they drop them fools like bodies. But I do expect this to be a very interesting and a very meticulous show that you're probably going to want to pay attention to. It's not one that you're just going to play in the background, because they play off of the idea of like, a Skrull can be anybody. They play off of that very well through this first episode, because it is one of those things where you don't really know until it's too late to a certain extent. Like even Fury says and when he's talking to Sonya when they first reintroduce themselves to each other, that I might not be able to tell exactly when a Skrull is impersonating a human, but I can damn sure tell when a human's lying. So that's going to be interesting to see how they play off of that sort of innate fear of like, so-and-so might not be who you think it is. It's like, is Maria Hill really dead? I'm pretty sure she is. And that's a bold choice to just ice her off from the first episode, but that's the tone that you're setting for this series. So I am looking forward to the next few episodes. I can't guarantee I will do them all as individual episodes, but whatever I do, just make sure you subscribe to stay notified when I actually do different things like that. So that's going to kind of do it for this first episode review for Secret Invasion. Let me know your thoughts on the series so far in the comments down below. Are you liking it? Did the first episode pique your interest? Is it moving too fast for you? Just let me know those things in the comments. Let me know anything I might have missed in the episode, anything I should pay more attention to next time. But I did very much enjoy the first episode, so it's cool. It seems like a good start to a very interesting series. Let's see if they stick the landing. Thank you so much for checking out this and all of my videos. I really do appreciate it. If you're new here and this happened to be your first time checking out one of my videos, hopefully you enjoyed it and hopefully you'll subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. You can follow me on a lot of different social media platforms listed at the end of this video. I do have a ton of videos already on this channel. You're more than welcome to check out. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, until next time, be careful who you talk to, and I will catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.